Peace in Ukraine and the toy you should not get your child this Christmas. It's 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV. 5 things you need to know in about 10 minutes for Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. I'm Derek Gilbert. Quick reminder, please subscribe to 5 in 10 at YouTube if you're watching us there. It is at YouTube. Subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, hit the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter, X, formerly Twitter, at 5_in_10. And please, if you would, subscribe to our new channel on Telegram. If you don't have the Telegram app, you can find it at t.me/5in10. We'll keep you up to date with news throughout the day. Item number 5 today is Ukraine. Ukrainian delegation has agreed to the United States potential peace deal. This is the proposal put forward by President Trump. This, according to a U.S. official cited by ABC News this morning, Tuesday. U.S. Army Secretary Dan Driscoll had secret talks Monday with a Russian delegation in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates to follow up on his weekend talks with the Ukrainian delegation in Geneva, Switzerland. Ukraine's security chief, who's in the U.S., said Tuesday that Ukraine is hoping to arrange for President Volodymyr Zelensky to visit Washington, D.C. in the near future to get this all hammered out. U.S. official telling the BBC that there are still some minor details to be sorted out. Ukraine has not officially commented. The United States, or the White House rather, has not commented on this, the prospect of any talks between Presidents Zelensky and Trump either. If Ukraine is in fact willing to sit down and discuss, this would be a change from the most recent comments coming out of Kyiv, where they were rejecting, along with the European Union, rejecting the proposal put forward by Trump, which would essentially require Ukraine to give up the Donbass. That's that region in the east, the mainly ethnically Russian area, where Russian is the first language of most of the people there, where they voted to be annexed by Russia several years ago. This is something, obviously, that Ukraine isn't happy about. The European Union not happy about it either. But the reality on the ground is they're Russian. They want to be part of Russia, and Ukraine is not in any position to force Russia out of those areas with its military. So this just acknowledges the reality on the ground. Unless they want to keep fighting a senseless war that's not going to change reality on the ground, this is the deal that Ukraine is going to have to accept. But we don't have details. We're going to have to wait for those to come out once the two sides actually sit down and meet. Item number 4 today, persecution. We've told you about the abduction of more than 300 Christian students and their teachers at a couple of schools in Nigeria last week. This is not this sort of persecution. This Islamist on Christian violence is not limited to Nigeria, as believers in Mozambique and the Democratic Republic of Congo are now coming under this sort of persecution as well. In recent weeks, between those two countries, more than 20 Christians have reportedly been beheaded by Muslims. According to the Middle East Media Research Institute, or MEMRI, the Islamic State Central African province claimed responsibility for violent attacks on Christian villages in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of Congo, where 18 people were beheaded. And meanwhile, in Mozambique, 4 Christians have been killed, including 2 beheaded in the Cabo Delgado province that is the northern part of Mozambique. Violent attacks there began in 2017. Over the last 8 years, the insurgency in Mozambique has led to thousands of deaths and more than 1 million people being internally displaced. In October, more than 30 Christians beheaded and churches burned at the hands of Islamic State terrorists. But you wouldn't know it from the corporate media. Item number 3 today, the Epstein files. An interesting thing happened last week. The corporate media suddenly went very quiet, and so did the Democrats, about the Epstein files. In fact, I'll put a graphic here on the screen, a chart, which according to Bloomberg shows the headline count in the mainstream media for Epstein. It blew up on the very day that President Trump signed a spending bill that would reopen the federal government after Democrats caved in. Democrats that is, didn't want the world paying attention to the fact that they caved in and got nothing for shutting down the government for a record length of time. They shut down the government, deprived government workers of their paychecks for weeks because they ostensibly wanted to extend Obamacare credits for people in the country illegally. And then at the end of the day, they didn't even get that. So rather than have the news cycles focus on that, suddenly Epstein, Epstein, Epstein. But it was, as we told you the other day, many of those claims suddenly blew up and backfired on the Democrats because instead of hurting President Trump, it became obvious that the ones who were really coordinating with Epstein up until the time of his arrest in 2019 were Democrats and Democratic fundraisers, like House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. You remember Representative Jasmine Crockett took to the House floor and named prominent Republicans who supposedly took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, her words. Turned out it was a somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, just not that Jeffrey Epstein. It was a Republican physician in New York State named Jeffrey Epstein. Look, as I've been saying all along, if there was anything at all in the Epstein files that could hurt President Trump politically or legally, that stuff would have come out when Democrats had access to those files and controlled access to those files 10 years ago. Item number 2 today, Generation Z versus reality. Talked to you yesterday about the job market and the softening labor market. While in September, according to official statistics, the labor market added 119,000 jobs, which surprised experts. The unemployment rate at the same time rose to 4.4%, which was the highest level in 4 years. Normally, when unemployment is rising, this is the time if you're working for somebody, you want to make sure that they know you are essential to the company's success. And as we told you yesterday, young people with 4-year degrees are the one segment of the workforce where unemployment is rising. These layoffs are occurring mostly in the sector between the ages of 21 and 25, and people with 4-year degrees now make up 25% of the unemployed, and that is a record high. But now we may know why these young people with 4-year degrees are losing their jobs at this point in a softening labor market. According to the Wall Street Journal, entry-level employees say they will not respond to emails after 5 p.m. In fact, instead, they'll stay out late on work nights or carve out time on weeknights for recreational activities, pickleball or whatever, which would have been really unthinkable during other periods of economic weakening. Again, when you want to make sure that your employer knows that you are essential to the company's success. Management, according to the Wall Street Journal, says detachment is coming at the exact moment that younger workers most need to demonstrate their reliability and value. But instead, the bottom line, Gen Z wants to adapt work to their lifestyle instead of the other way around. Now, nobody is saying that you wind up living a happier life if you devote your life to work. I don't think anybody gets to the end of the race and say, gee, I wish I'd spent more time at the office. But reality is, when you need to put food on the table, there are times when you got to suck it up and get into the office. Avoiding burnout, also important, but managers are saying the pendulum has swung too far, and in a stable market, being detached from the workforce may look like confidence, but when the work environment is softening, it looks like a lack of commitment to the job. Coming up, experts are saying do not buy this toy for your child or grandchild at Christmas. I'll tell you what it is next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that Skywatch TV is a viewer-supported ministry, and right now, when you partner with us, your support not only helps us stay on the air, it also enables us to continue the mission through our networks and digital platforms, reach areas of the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ that are unable to support us financially. Right now, while supplies last, for your donation of only $29.99 or more, we're not only going to send you AI for Mankind's Future, a Christian perspective on the high-tech revolution, but we're also going to send you Lieutenant Colonel Robert McGinnis's best-selling books, Kings of the East, China's Plan to Eliminate America and Impose a Communist World Order, and the incredibly patriotic Give Me Liberty, Not Marxism. These amazing works, sold separately, hold a retail value of over $60. Yours now for your donation of only $29.99 or more, which includes free shipping to all U.S. addresses. Your support helps Skywatch TV continue reaching the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the AI for Humankind's Future special offer right now.
Item number one today, Black Friday coming this week, which sadly has almost become more of a holiday than Thanksgiving. You know, as Christians, giving thanks would be kind of an important thing, but a lot of us look forward to the deals on Black Friday. Well, there's an advocacy organization called Fair Play that is warning you in advance of Black Friday not to give your children a toy that incorporates artificial intelligence. AI toys may seem like cutting edge and, you know, all the rage, and we all want our children and grandchildren to have the best and the latest, but this group is warning that AI can undermine the healthy development of children and pose unprecedented risks for children and their families. Fair Play tracked down several toys advertised as being equipped with AI functionality, including some that are targeting children as young as the age of 2. And in most cases, these toys have AI chatbots embedded in them, and they're being advertised as educational tools that will engage with kids' curiosities. But Fair Play says most of these toys are powered by OpenAI's ChatGPT, which is coming under fire for potentially harming underage users. In fact, OpenAI faces a wrongful death lawsuit from the family of a teenager who died by suicide earlier this year. 16-year-old reportedly expressed suicidal thoughts to ChatGPT and asked the chatbot for advice on how to tie a noose, which it gave him explicit instructions. And sadly, the boy used him. The chatbots are supposed to have guardrails, so-called guardrails, to prevent things like this, but they can erode over time. And the fact is that even the creators of AI chatbots don't really know what the chatbot is going to do. There's a reason they call those neural networks black boxes. They don't really know what happens inside them. So, in fact, there was a report a few weeks ago of the AI developed by Elon Musk, Grok, asking a 12-year-old for nude photos. So again, Fair Play, and we at Skywatch TV encourage you to really, really think hard before giving your child a toy or grandchild a toy with AI embedded in it. It is, you're handing your child a loose cannon, basically. And that is, in a sense, the discussion that we're having this week on Skywatch TV with Lieutenant Colonel Robert McGinnis. His new book is titled AI for Humanity's Future, and we actually get into the spirituality of AI and whether an artificial intelligence might be an open gateway for demonic influence. I mean, you can certainly make that case in the sad story of the child who was given instructions on tying a noose. Don't miss the program. They're very important. Lieutenant Colonel McGinnis is very insightful. You can watch the program right now at skywatchtv.com. It's also available over the air. Our broadcast schedule is posted at skywatchtv.com/channels. You can have the program show up on your big screen on your schedule by adding the Skywatch TV channel to your smart TV or set-top box. We've got channels available for Google TV, Android TV, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV. Just go to the App Store for your device or smart TV, add the Skywatch TV channel, and then we'll be there whenever you click your remote. We're also on the internet. You can watch us on YouTube. At Skywatch Television is the channel address. Please subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, hit the like button, and appreciate it if you leave comments as well. You can do that at Rumble as well, rumble.com/SkywatchTV, or download our free mobile app to your smartphone or tablet. That'll bring the programming right into your device. It's available for iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire phones and tablets. And we have links to their app stores at skywatchtv.com/app. Again, 5 and 10 is online. Please subscribe to our channel at Telegram. Find us on YouTube at 5 in 10. Again, subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, hit the like button, and leave your comments below. You'll also find us on X at 5_in_10. Appreciate you following us there, and thank you for watching. As we keep watch, I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.